Hey, thanks for stopping by my neck of the woods. I'm the gig geezer in Wood Lane, and when I'm out there driving, I'm out there to make some money. I want to help you maximize your gig hustle. Well, everyone, it's Saturday, November 27th here in Columbia area. The big conversation piece is the Clemson South Carolina game. That is the big rivalry game in this state, and I've managed, since I've been in this state since 1993, managed to just tick off both Clemson and South Carolina fans, particularly when I used to be a sports reporter. I wrote articles that must have been very inflammatory to these folks' very brittle feelings and egos. With that said, the reason why I'm creating this quick gig geezer piece is because I am in the process of dropping off a Papa John's order for showing for $12.01, and upon arriving at Papa John's at this particular location, they have a sign in red lettering, "Attention DoorDashers," and in black lettering, "Please do not leave order on the ground and knock upon arrival." I am not one of their employees. I ain't got to do what they say. That's number one. Number two, I've been in some situations where, and this is particularly like an apartment, and I'm actually going to apartment situation right now. I've gone to apartment situation where a person really was indignant because I left his order on the ground. Well, that was a GrubHub order. It said leave order at the door, and there was no. I mean, I left it at the door. There was no chair, no little mini table. There was no crate or anything. I guess I'm supposed to have come with a crate, table, or chair and placed the order there, or even a doormat or something for this person. And the person sent me like 5 or 6 messages like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you leave my food on the ground and all?" I didn't even bother to respond. And guess what? I'm about to do this right now with this particular order. Unless the person opens the door upon arrival, I am leaving it on their doormat, knock on the door, possibly if I feel like it, but more like with DoorDash, I will knock on the door because there are ratings. Well, rule of thumb, if it's GrubHub or Vice Squad, I don't concern myself with knocking on the door or ringing a doorbell. I will just leave the order at the door and keep it moving. But if it's DoorDash or ubereats, I will concern myself with ratings. ubereats being your thumb up, and DoorDash with your actual driver rating. I will go make the extra effort at ringing the doorbell or knocking on the door. That is in most, if not all, situations. But yeah, I mean, ain't that something gonna tell us? Don't leave the order on the ground and knock on the door upon arrival. No, that's your policy to your drivers. When I'm on your payroll, I do as you say, but I ain't on your payroll, so it don't matter. The last couple of days has been really hectic and so forth, and I've had to put on my mechanic's hat. I had to go to Savannah, which is about 2.5 to 3 hours away, depending on traffic, from the Columbia area, and I had to work on one of my other vehicles. And while there, before leaving, I decided to try to catch me a roadie order. And actually, I was able to catch a stacked roadie order that was one of those large delivery ones, so it paid more money and it made it worth my while. And the issue that I had was the first drop off was about 5 minutes away from the initial and first drop off. But that said, what happened was the address to the first drop off was actually about 5 miles away. And if I went according to the roadie, my guidance, if I went according to Google Map, if I went according to Waze, they all pointed to that specific location. Well, I had with me 2 70-inch flat screen TVs. I'm not going to do that. And then when I also tried contacting Roadie, and all I got each time I contacted Roadie, please call again. Yeah, please call again. Because they were so flooded, I guess, with phone calls and so forth. So what I ended up doing was last ditch effort as I was driving back to the Walmart. And by the way, with the Walmart order, oh man, I wonder how everybody's experience was with picking up Roadie orders yesterday, November 26th, particularly the Black Friday deal orders, the large orders on Black Friday. At that pickup location where I went, it took 4 people before somebody actually got me the order. Each time, the first 3 times, they say, well, who's the person? Okay, I'll go look for it. That person disappeared. The second person, I'll go look for it. I'll be back. That person disappeared. Third person, same thing. In fact, he even got a phone call. He actually answered the phone call and so forth before before he disappeared. So it was a 4th person, a young lady, who said, I'm one who get things done. And so she did what they should have done was just simply burn a label for the TV, and I was able to move on. But I had waited like 45 minutes, which is uncharacteristic of me. But I felt that, okay, I've got one in hand, and I wanted to make some gas money, at least offset some of the gas money that I'd already spent. So the order paying $33.50 definitely helped. So anyway, at that Roadie drop off, what I am doing was searching for the address on Willow. Willow is your residential resident sales, selling homes and so forth, and that's where I was able to find her address, and using the map that was provided, and that was outside of Roadie's help altogether. The lady told me that the other person who delivered another large item for her they were able to come directly to her address. Well, I showed her on the maps, the 2 maps and all, how it was pointing to. The actual location where it was initially pointing to was a child Head Start type center, daycare type place. And again, it was 5 miles away from the actual drop-off location. Now, you saw what I did there. Since there was no other instructions, I put that order on the ground. I did knock on the door, and I took a picture and also left the message that order placed at the door. And I have since gone on about my business. By the way, the order did pay $12.01 as posted. I'm not surprised. Particularly at that location, no, I'm not surprised. So there you have it. This is a quick segment of the Gig Geezer. I'm in Wood Lane, and may your hustle continue. Thank you for checking out this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided, hey, hit that subscribe button and also give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or useful information that you'd like to pass on to the Gig Geezer, I can be reached at giggeezer3.5@gmail.com.